Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to Rishi Academy. In this video, I want to discuss conditional branching statements in C language. Conditional branching statements in C language. Let's look at what are the conditional branching statements. Conditional branching statements are also called as decision-making statements. Conditional branching statements or decision-making statements or selective statements. Three names: decision-making, conditional branching, selective statements. What is meant by conditional branching? Or what is meant by decision-making? Or what is meant by selective statement? Conditional statements are used to control the sequential execution of the program. Generally, in C language, the program will be executed step by step, line by line. That is, the program will be executed sequentially. I want to control that sequential execution. To control the sequential execution of the program, we make use of conditional branching or decision-making statements. I want to control the sequential execution. So for that, we make use of conditional branching or decision-making. Decision-making statements or conditional branching statements are used to control the sequential execution of the program based on certain condition. That is, the conditional branching statement makes use of a condition. Based on the condition, whether to execute the part of the program or move to the next part of the program. So here in this conditional branching statement, we make use of a condition. Based on the condition, the control will be jumped to one part of the program. If the condition is true, it will execute one part of the program. If the condition is not true, it executes another part of the program. Or we need to check whether to execute the part of the program or not. Whether to execute the part of the program or not. So based on the condition, we take the decision. Based on the condition, the compiler takes the condition whether to execute or not. If the condition is true, which part of the program should be executed? If the condition is false, which part of the program is executed? The compiler will take the decision. So we need to provide the condition. So based on the condition, the program will be executed. So that is, the conditional branching statements are used to control the sequential execution of the program based on certain condition. Then what are the conditional branching statements? Look at the screen, please. The conditional branching statements are if statement, if-else statement, nested if-else statement, else-if ladder, switch statement. Once again, if statement, if-else statement, nested if-else statement, else-if ladder, switch statement. These are the conditional branching statements or decision-making statements or selective statements. So what is, we need to discuss one by one. The first one here is, I want to discuss if statement. What is if statement? The if statement consists of a condition. It helps us to take the decision whether to execute the statement block or not. It contains a condition. It helps us to execute the statement block or not. We need to take the decision whether to execute the part of the program or not. Execute or not. If the condition is true, then we execute the part of the program. If the condition is false, simply we skip the part of the program. We come out of the if statement. Look at the screen, this is the general syntax, or we can call it as general form of the if statement. Here is the condition. Here we need to test the condition first. Test the condition. If the condition is true, then execute the statement block 1. That is the statement block which is inside the if statement. The statement block which is inside the if statement or immediately after the if statement will be executed when if the condition is true. If the condition to be tested is true, then execute the statement block immediately after the if condition. In this case, it is statement block 1. Then go to, after executing this, the control moves to statement X. If the condition is false, then the control directly moves to what? Statement X by skipping the statement block 1. Right? So based on condition, we are taking the decision. Based on the condition, we are taking whether to execute the statement block 1 or not. The if statement simply consists of a condition. It helps us to take the decision whether to execute statement block 1 or not. Right? If the condition is true, then execute statement block 1. After that, go to statement X. If the condition is false, directly go to statement X. Look at the example here. Simple example I gave. A simple example here is I declare two variables. What are the two variables here? The two variables are X and Y. X has 15, Y has 13. Now I'm checking the condition. That is X is greater than Y. X is greater than Y means X has 15, which is greater than Y. Y is 13. Check this condition is true or false. Right? This condition is false. Why? Because this condition is true. Why? Because the 15 is greater than 13. The 15 is greater than 13. So this condition is true. If the condition is true, then the statement block immediately after the if statement will be executed. What is the statement here? X is greater than Y. Right? X is a big number compared to Y. That message I want to print. I'm checking the condition whether X is greater than Y or not. Yes, it is true. So I want to print a message X is greater than Y. Right? So I'm taking the decision whether to execute this block or not. So here the condition is true. So you need to execute this block. Assume that if I change this condition, that is X less than Y. If I write the condition as X less than Y, then condition becomes what? The condition to be tested is false. Why? Because 15, I'm saying that 15 is less than 13. This is wrong. So if the condition is wrong, then it directly goes to printf statement. That is this printf statement saying that thank you. Right? So based on the condition, we need to take the decision whether to execute the part of the program or not in case of if statement. This is about a if statement. We can also say it as a simple if. Next, move to the next one. That is if else statement. If else statement is extension to if statement. Here, there are two parts of the programs. The program will be divided into two parts. It also contains a condition. Based on the condition, if the condition is true, one part of the program will be executed. If condition is false, other part of the program will be executed. Look at the general syntax here. Here is the condition. This is the condition. We need to test it. Assume that the condition is true. If the condition is true, then the statement block immediately after the if statement. This is immediately after the if statement. This statement block will be executed. After that, after executing this, it goes to statement X. When this condition is true. If the condition to be tested is true, the true statement block will be executed. After this, it goes to statement X. Assume that the condition is false. Assume that the condition is false. Then it goes to the else block. Else block. If the condition to be tested is false, then the control moves to else block. This is the else block, started here and ended. So false statement. Where is the false statement? The false statement is inside the else block. There are two blocks here. One is if block, another is else block. The if else statement consists of two blocks. One is if block, another is else block. If the condition is true, then if block will be executed. That is true statement. If the condition is false, else block will be executed. That is called as false statement. Right? After executing this, then it goes to statement X. Right? So this is the procedure to execute if else statement. Look at the example here. Same example, I extended the previous program. Two variables x and y. X value is 15, y value is 18. Now check the condition. X is greater than y. What is the x value here? The x value is 15. X value is 15. Right? As for the condition, 15 is greater than 18. Check this condition. This condition is the condition is true. This is false. Why? Because 18 is greater than 15. So when the condition is false, where we have to go? We need to go to else block. We need to go to else block. What the else block has? Y is greater than X. This message will be printed. After that, it goes to statement X. The statement X here is printf thank you. So you get the two messages. Y, the first message is Y is greater than X, and the next message is thank you. Right? So you need to remember the if else statement has two blocks. One is if block, another is else block. If the condition is true, if block will be executed. If condition is false, else block will be executed. Then move to the next block. That is next conditional branching statement. Nested if else. Nested. If any if else consists of another if else inside it. Just now we discussed if else statement. In C language, it is possible to write an if else statement inside another if else statement. That situation is called as nesting of if else. Means it consists of two if else statement. Inner if else statement, outer if else statement. Look at the general syntax. General syntax here. Look at this. This is the inner if else statement. This is the inner if else statement. Year to year, this is outer if else statement. The outer if else has another if else statement inside it. If any if else statement consists of another if else statement inside it is called as nested if else. Means it has that nested if else consists of two if else statements. Right? So how this will be executed? How this will be executed? Look at this. It has condition 1 and condition 2. Look at this. Initially, the condition 1 will be tested. We need to test the condition 1. If the condition is true, assume that the condition 1 is true, then the control moves to condition 2. Assume that condition 2 also true, then the statement block immediately after second if will be executed. After a second condition. So that is statement block will be executed. Statement block 1 will be executed. After this, it goes out of the nested if else statement. Assume that condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false. Assume that here I'm taking second case. I'm taking the second case. The second case is condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false. Then it goes to statement block 2. Case 2 is condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false. Condition 1 is true, but condition 2 is false. Then which one will be executed? The inner else block will be executed. Inner else block. This is the inner else block will be executed. Third case, assume that condition 1 itself is false, then outer else block will be executed. There are three cases. In first case, condition 1 is true and condition 2 is also true. Case 1, condition 1 and condition 2 also true, then inner if statement block will be executed. Second case, condition 1 is true, condition 2 is false, then inner else block will be executed. That is statement block 2 will be executed. Next, case 3, assume that condition 1 itself is false. Then in that situation, outer else block will be executed. This statement block will be executed. This is the procedure to execute. This is the procedure the compiler follows to execute the nested if else statement. Then look at the example of nested if else. Yes, this is an example of nested if else. Here it calculates the largest number in a given three numbers. Finding the largest number in a given three numbers. What are the three numbers? I don't know the numbers. I don't know the numbers, but I have to read. I have to write the logic for finding the largest number in a given three numbers. The numbers are unknown. The numbers are unknown. You need to read the values from the keyboard. You need to find out which number is the largest. For that, I'm taking three variables A, B, C. So I'm going to read three values from the keyboard, A value, B value, and C value. But I don't know what is A value, what is B value, what is C value. For that, I'm writing a logic. Look at this. Three variables are declared. Three variables are declared. What are the three variables here? The three variables are A, B, C of type integer. A, B, C of type integer. Then enter three numbers. So you need to read three numbers, percentage D, percentage D, percentage D. Right? First number will be stored in A. Second number will be stored in B. Third value will be stored in C. Now three variables, they have three different values. Right? Now condition 1, A greater than B. Assume that this condition is true. Then check the second condition. Assume that this condition also true. This condition also true. Then what you have to write? Condition 1 is true. Condition 2 also true. Then execute that A is big. Yes or no? A is greater than B. True means A is the largest number compared to B. Second case, A is also greater than C. Assume that condition 1 and condition both are true. Then you need to print A is the greatest number. Right? So condition 1 true, condition 2 also true. Assume that condition 1 is false. Condition 1 is true, condition 2 is false. Then go to the inner else statement. This is false. Second case is condition 1 is true, condition 2 is false. Then what you have to do? Printf C is the greatest number. That is a case 2. Right? Third case, condition 1 itself is false. Condition 1 itself false, then go to the outer else block. The outer else block, this is outer else block started here, ended here, right? Here, again, I'm testing. If the condition A greater than B is false, means B is the largest number. But you need to remember, there is another number, C. So you need to compare B with the C. Assume that this condition is true. Condition 1 is false, but next condition is true. Then you can say B is the greatest number. Right? Assume that this condition is false. This condition is also false. Then print C is the greatest number. Once again, I repeat this. Look at this. I declared three variables A, B, C. Read the three values from the keyboard. Check the condition one, A greater than B. Assume that this condition is true. This condition is true. Then go to condition two. Assume that this condition is also true. Then what you have to execute? That is, it clearly says A is the greatest number. Second case, assume that condition one is true. This condition is false. If this condition is false, what you have to do? You need to go to the immediate else block, right? So condition one is true, condition two is false. This is false. Then execute C is the greatest number. But and you assume that this condition itself is false, then go to outer else block here. This is the else block from here to here, right? Here condition one is false means B is the greatest number. So you need to remember there is another number. So you need to compare B with the third number. So what is the third number here? C. So you need to test here. I want to test here B greater than C. Assume that this condition is true. If this condition is true, then execute B is greater than. B is the greatest number. Assume that this condition is false, then go to else block, that is C is the greatest number. This is the execution of, this is the procedure to find out the largest number in a given three numbers. This is about nested if else. Nested if else is a little bit difficult to understand. The general syntax is easy, but while writing the code, it is very difficult. It is little bit difficult. So if you practice the programs, practice makes man perfect. So you need to practice the more programs, then it is easy to write the programs in C language. The next one, else if ladder. Else if ladder means it looks like a ladder. Each step of the ladder indicates one condition. There are n number of conditions are there. N number of conditions are there. One condition is true at a time. N number of conditions. The else if ladder consists of n number of conditions. Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, and so on, condition n. Point to be remember, one condition is true at a time. Right? Look at the general syntax here. I said n conditions are there. Initially, the condition 1 will be tested. If this condition is true, immediately the statement block statement block 1 will be executed. Right? This is true. Assume that this condition is false, then go to else if statement, that is condition 2. Assume that this condition is true, then the statement block 2 will be executed. Assume that this condition is false, then it goes to the next condition. Whenever the condition is false, then it goes to the next condition, right? If condition 3 is true, then statement block 3 will be executed. If condition 3 is false, then it goes to next condition and so on. All conditions will be tested. If condition 1 is false, then only it moves to condition 2. If condition 2 is false, then only it moves to the next condition 3. If condition 1, assume that the condition 1 is true, then the condition, the corresponding statement block will be executed. Then control moves out of the else if ladder. Right? Assume that the condition is true. After condition, the statement block, here the statement block will be executed. After executing the statement block, the control moves out of the else if ladder. The control moves out of the else if ladder. That is the execution procedure of else if ladder. It has n number of conditions and one condition is true. If the condition becomes true, then the corresponding statement block will be executed. Assume that if all the conditions are false. Assume that if all the conditions are false, then there is the else block at the end. The default statement, here is the default statement. The default statement will be executed. Assume that all n conditions are false. Then default statement will be executed. This is the procedure of executing else if ladder. Next, look at the example of else if ladder. This program calculates the grade of a student. Right? How to calculate a grade of a student? it depends, the grade may be different from one university to another university, one college to another college. Just I took this example. You need to read the student average marks. Ask the student to enter his or our average marks. So I'm reading the average marks in AVG variable. I declared AVG variable as float type. So the AVG values will be stored in a variable AVG. Here I'm checking if your average marks are greater than 75. If your average marks are greater than 75, then immediately this is the first condition. This is condition 1. This is condition 2. This is condition 3. This is condition 4. I gave 4 condition in this, but one condition is true at a time. There is no possibility of multiple conditions will be true, right? Condition 1 is true. Assume that condition 1 is true, then the student grade is distinction. Or assume that condition 1 is true, then go to condition 2. Check the condition 2. Assume that the condition 2 is true, then the student grade will be first class. Assume that the condition 1 is true, condition 2 is also true, then go to where? Condition 3. Then go to condition 3. This is the condition 3. Assume that this condition is true. What you have to do? Immediately you need to print the grade is second class. Right? Assume that all the conditions are false. Condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, condition 4. If all the conditions are false, if there is no match, right? Then else block. What is else block? I'm writing fail. So we need to check the condition 1 first. The condition 1 is true, then execute the statement block, corresponding statement block. After executing that, just move out of the else block. That is a else if ladder. Then no need to execute the next conditions. No need to execute the next condition. I said one condition will be true at a time. If the condition is true, then the corresponding statement block will be executed. Then the control moves out of the else if ladder. This is the procedure to execute. This is the way the compiler will execute the else if ladder. The next one, switch statement. Switch statement is the alternative to else if ladder. It also consists of multiple options. We cannot say multiple conditions. It allows us to perform multiple operations. It allows the programmer or user to perform multiple operations for different values of switch variable. Here expression is, I take the expression as switch variable. Here expression is the switch variable. Expression is the switch variable. It consists of different values. It receives different values from the user. The value may be 10, the value may be 20, the value may be 30. This is one category. Second category, the value may be A, the value may be S for subtraction, D for division, right? And third case, addition. I'm writing ADD for addition, SUB for subtraction, and DIV for division. 3 different categories. So it may contain the numbers, integer numbers. It may contain the characters. It may contain the strings, right? So the switch case is the alternative to the else if ladder. It allows the programmer to perform different operations for different values of switch variable. Where is the switch variable? This expression is the switch variable. In switch variable, we can store numbers, integer numbers, or characters, or strings, right? And it also contains list of case values. Look at this. It has list of case values. Case 1, case space value 1 colon, executable statement here, and the break statement. Case value 2 colon, statement block 2, and break statement, and so on. Case value n, statement block n, and break statement. Default colon and default statement to be executed. Here, look at this, how the switch statement will be executed. The switch variable expression is the switch variable. The switch variable may contain integer value, or character value or string value. This value 1 may be integer number or character or string, right? Value 1, value 2, value n are the integer numbers or characters or strings, right? This switch variable value will be compared against a list of case values. You need to check switch variable value equal to value 1, switch variable value equal to value 2, switch variable value equal to value n. So first we need to compare the switch variable value with value 1. If the match is found, then the corresponding statement block will be executed. After executing, then immediately break statement will be executed. When the break statement is encountered, immediately the control comes out of the switch case or switch statement. Assume that we found assume that I compared switch variable with value 1. That is variable equal to var equal to value 1. I checked this. And it returned as false. Then go to, if the case 1 is false, if the match is not found, then go to case 2. Again check var equal to the switch variable equal to value 2. Assume that this condition is true, that is match is found. Then immediately statement block 2 will be executed. After executing this, the break statement will be executed, then the control comes out of the loop. Right, this is one case. Assume that next case, assume that all the condition, if there is no match, the match is not found. Assume that the match is not found. If the match is found, what you have to do is immediately the default statement. What is the default statement? This default statement, the default statement block will be executed. Yes, look at the example here. Yeah. Yeah, I want to read a number from the keyboard. I want to ask the user to enter a number. Right? Yes. Whatever the number entered by the user, here I gave the case values as first case value as 10, second case value as 50, third case value as 100. So what is the switch variable here? Number. The switch variable is number. So assume that the user is entered 110. I asked the user to enter a number. The user entered 100. What is the number variable? The number variable has the value number 100. Now I need to compare this with case value. So number equal to what? Number equal to you need to write 10. What is the case value here? Case value is 10. So look at this. What is the number value here? The number value is 110. So this condition is false, right? Then go to the second case. Number value equal to you need to write 50. What is 50 here? The value, the case value is 50. Again, this condition is false. Why? The number has value 110. Again, this condition is false. Go to next case. Again, number equal to 100. Again, this case is false. Why? Because the number has 100. So after all cases are over, there is no match. So then go to the default statement. What is the default statement here? Print number is not equal to 10, not equal to 50, not equal to 100. In the program, the case value is case 1 value is 10, case 2 value is 50, case 3 value is 100. You entered other than 10, 50 and 100. Right? When the match is found, then the corresponding statement block will be executed. Then the control moves out of the switch statement. Right? So switch statement allows the programmer to perform different operations for different values of the switch variable. This is about conditional branching statements in C language. I think, is it clear to each and everyone? So I request each and everyone, please subscribe my channel, like my channel, and thank you very much. See you in the next video.